again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Inside Lowell Daily Pulse, the special live edition of the Daily Pulse. It's Friday, September 19th, and you know the dealio. Beginning last week, we do our Daily Pulse live at 10 a.m., then drop it at noon on our various formats for folks who either can't wake up this early or actually go to work and don't have time to consume our Inside Lowell information. But I'm Teddy Panos. I'm your host, coming to you from the WellPoint Studios here in beautiful downtown Lowell. Joined this morning by my guest co-hosts. You look across the way from me, none other than the fabulous Leslie Bodor, who's one of our regular Friday co-hosts here.
Yes, how are you?
Leslie? Nice shirt.
Look at you. I feel like you're one of those couples that goes out.
Yeah, well, one of these
how they
things,
dress alike?
one of these things is not like the other because, first of all, she doesn't even sit at the same desk as us. She sits at the magic table. But the fabulous Lind-Z, Lind-Z is over there by our whiteboard. Good morning, Lind-Z. How are you?
Yes, I have a banner now. I'm doing good.
I know. Look at you. You have now hit the big time. We just have to find something to put above you now. It's a little too much headroom there.
Yeah, it's called the level.
It's still a market basket just with a banner.
So you still have the market basket display table.
I'm still giving a display table, but now I have more to share with myself.
Do the caramel.
Do the what?
The caramel.
Oh, that.
On the curtain.
Well, we're hoping she's going to pull a rabbit out of her table at some point, but we're excited to have Lind-Z here. She made her debut on the Daily Pulse last week, and of course, Lind-Z will be monitoring the Daily Pulse, what do we call it? The Shaw Farm Pulse line, which is 978 Pulse in 978-785-7346. In case you can't remember the number, there it is. It's also going to pop up on all the different camera angles there as well. But we'd love to get your comments live on the show today and on anything that's on your mind and anything that we say today that will likely be very outrageous and stupid.
Okay.
Because that is how we do our weeks in review here on Fun Fridays. First, though, before we get to the show, let me thank my Daily Pulse sponsors. Of course, you know about Ray Booten. He is a licensed realtor in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, and a certified appraiser in both of those states as well. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home, a business, or a commercial property, you need to get in touch with Ray Booten today. Find him online, realestaterayBooten.com. And did you catch, by the way, Ray listed a property that like 130,000 people in less than a day have already seen, shared, commented on our Facebook
the one on the
page.
water?
The boat, the famous boat. It was called the Boathouse, and then I think they shortened it to the boat.
I recognized the deck because I took a digger on it once.
She's not very coordinated, as you will find.
Oh, no, I was perfectly fine walking in. It was the trip out. All right, lost my footing. But I had a strong man to help me.
There you go. So if you are interested in a lakefront commercial property,
it's a great place.
It is a great place. You can keep it as a bar, restaurant. You can make it anything you want, really. Get in touch with Ray Booten today, realestaterayBooten.com. Thanks as well to our friends at WellPoint, the only health plan offering healthcare benefits exclusively to Massachusetts GIC members. At WellPoint, your whole health is their whole point. And of course, let's not forget the Shaw Farm Pulse line, everybody. Let's call them up now. We can get rid of this one and go to this one. 978 Pulse in. That's 978-785-7346. Shaw Farms will be delivering your feedback here to the Daily Pulse, just as Shaw Farm Delivery will bring their farm to your home. Just call Ed, or actually find them online, shawfarm.com, and you can make the arrangements. They Monday through Friday, they deliver to various towns throughout our area here. A lot more towns than I actually thought of. I saw you actually worked on some of the graphics, Lind-Z. I was surprised at how big their reach is. They go out to your hood of Westford.
Yeah, they do.
You're very enthused about that.
Yeah, well, I didn't honestly know that much because I don't have milk delivered, and I think milk is weird. But
oh no, it's a natural.
Yeah, no, ice cream's cool, but I don't like milk.
Sure. There you go. But, Shaw Farm ice cream.
Yeah, I think the aesthetic is cool in the glass jar. But yeah, I did see it.
I love
it. Does expand.
I remember that as a kid, growing up on Adams Street in Lowell in the ghetto and getting our milk delivered outside the house in the glass jar. It tasted better. Oh yeah, Adams Street was the ghetto of.
You know, I have a story about their first delivery boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you date him?
No,
Did you ruin his life too?
It's Warren.
Oh, Warren was. Oh, that's
And he went to a neighbor's of mine, and she was wearing a negligee.
really. Wow, that's delivery has its perks.
And each one of them in their own time told me the story about each other. Because they knew each other in life, and later on in life. So I just got to take a little kick out of the two of these kids. That he saw a silhouette of her. He was delivering milk and eggs. But if you're going to get anything from Shaw Farm, get the whoopie pies.
The whoopie pie.
Oh, the cream inside the whoopie pies.
I don't think I've ever done their whoopie pies.
Oh, yeah.
I've done the ice cream.
Ice cream is
I've done
fun.
some of their like
Chocolate milk.
pot pies and this kind of stuff
Chocolate
that you
milk,
bring
yeah.
home and just throw in the oven.
Yeah. But you know, if you get Warren to deliver to you, you might get a boost.
I don't think Warren's doing any more delivery.
Well, it's a great story. I know the two players. It's fun for me.
His delivery days are done, as are his single days as well.
Very happily so.
So, ladies, Warren and I are off the market.
Throw
We are
yourself in.
Don't stop throwing yourselves at me. I'm married. For the love of God, don't do it. All right. So we'll open up the Pulse line for folks' feedback as well. Again, at 978-PULSE-IN. That's 978-785-7346. But let's do our little week in review, as we do on Fridays with Leslie. First of all, how was your week, Bodor?
It was
Anything fun besides fighting with the homeless as you stopped to get me a coffee from the homeless hangout known as Dunkin' Donuts?
The gentleman on the corner who fakes like he's blind that plays Q every day says, I finally read a sign today. I finally read a sign. It says he needs it for medication because he lives free in the Sun Building. He stands on Prescott and Merrimack. And there's a psychotic guy. That's what he says.
He pretends he is.
Yeah, because I see him play Keno, and I need my glasses to play Keno.
Don't we all?
He's the black.
Well,
I don't know how he does it.
Maybe not Gen Z over
Yeah,
here.
so he's scamming. He scams me all the
I
time.
wear glasses.
Yeah. So I get by him today, and I wear my earbuds now because I just hate getting approached by the guy with the blanket in front of Dunkin' Donuts.
So they're pretending they're
pretending I'm
blind.
deaf.
You're pretending that you can't hear
That's
anybody
correct,
because
but
you're listening to something important.
They're not on.
But you're really not.
No.
It's just a fashion
So
statement.
the guy goes, he's staring at me, and he's playing me like this. He goes, hey, Lily, hey, baby. And I'm staring at him because I have these in my ears. And I come out of the Dunkins, and he looks at me and goes, bitch, don't you play me like that, bitch. You want to play me like that, bitch? You want to not talk to me? Play me like that, bitch? And I'm standing there at the light with my coffees, waiting to come here with my earbuds in as he's circling me. And I said nothing to any of them today. I just stood there with my tray, and I did not want to engage with them with my choice as a citizen, and I didn't want to engage with them again.
Have you noticed that every time you run to get me a coffee, you're fighting with some homeless
Well, I'm
person?
trying to get in the crowd. You know me in crowds.
Yeah, you don't. they don't mix
Spread
very
out.
well.
Why do you think I'm always against the wall?
So besides that, anything exciting this week?
No, the horrible things happened this week. It's been a drag.
No,
Your show yesterday bummed me out.
You're cranky today. Why did my show bum you out?
It was just, it was hurtful. The whole thing that's happened to Charlie Kirk is hurtful and terrible and awful, and people are laughing about it. And I'm like, we have lost a center. And you were on fire yesterday. It was enjoyable to watch.
You actually enjoyed it?
Well, you know, I was drunk.
I thought it was good.
I was shit-faced, but
So I've been meaning to talk to you. I need to
it
hire.
sobered me up.
I need to hire private security now. I said to my wife and my cousins, I'm like, I think
go.
after today's podcast, I'm gonna get shot next.
No, it was passionate. Hey, you have the right to free speech, Danny. And guess who said it the most? Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk.
You know, the last thing, he did say free speech, man.
But I'm also the other thing that ticked me off is how people misinterpret free speech.
Well, it's because if they're personally offended, it's not their speech.
Right, but you don't have the right to say something illegal or something that incites violence and a riot. The other thing is, as free as your speech is, the government can't throw you in jail for it. That's not supposed to happen, even though they threw you on Facebook and Twitter jail for 4 years. And nobody gave a shit about my free speech then. But unfortunately, your private employer
Well, I was
can
gonna say,
fire
no one,
you.
people don't think about, you can have free speech all you want, but there's consequences with what you think, because there are people with autonomy that you work for that may have, completely polarizing ideas. So they have every right to fire you, even if it doesn't agree with what they
Yes,
believe
but
in.
it became a vice presidential edict.
Right.
Call them out, then call their boss. No. That's the one level. I don't mind
That's
calling
the
you
cancel
out.
culture that
Yeah.
has
I don't mind
bothered
him calling
me
you
for
out,
a decade now.
It's the next step. Now call their boss. Let's go after their livelihood and screw their family too. That's the next step I don't like. But I don't
do
mind
agree.
calling you out.
I agree on that. I will say. I will also say this. I understand it and always did understand it because I used to work for a guy at the radio station for 15 years who was very politically active in local Democratic circles.
He wouldn't pay me. You were the only woman. He would not pay.
Were you really an employee?
No, I was a volunteer.
You were a volunteer.
Sometimes in tears, literally.
We gave you gift cards every now and then.
Yeah, I had to ask for them.
But I will say that to his
loved it.
credit,
I loved it.
Sam Bolton had every right to fire me, suspend me, or whatever for the things that I would say on the radio. It's his radio station. He's got to pay the bills. Maybe not the payroll, but the bills. and he could, if he didn't like what I said, if he thought I was hurting his brand, costing him sponsors, costing him revenue, as Jimmy Kimmel and many others have been doing nowadays, he had every right to fire me. And he never did. And he never, to his credit, he never really tried to censor me either. He spoke to me. He said, hey, listen, I'm friends with a lot of these people on the Democratic City Committee, Democratic City Committee that you're dumping on. They say this, they say that, this is what they think. And, we'd go back and forth and he'd say, well, did you ever look at it from this point? So he would try to have a discourse with me.
What is your favorite thing, though?
But he never said, you will not say this or you're going to lose your
If you don't
job.
like it,
turn it off.
change the channel.
Yeah.
That's the way we've always dealt with that. Okay, you say what you want. You have your political opinion. If my ears are starting to explode and my head's leaking blood, I'll change the channel. It's simple as that.
That's your democratic right.
It is my democratic conservative right.
And if enough people do that, you'll eventually lose your job and end up like Jimmy
Which you
Kimmel.
shouldn't. Anything I do on my personal time should not come into my work job.
If you do it on your personal time.
Yeah.
If you do it on the broadcast airwaves, if the boss wants to
Yeah.
silence you, that he or she can.
Absolutely can.
But anyway, I wish it's been a week now, and I just want, there's so many more important things to talk about and,
Well,
and
I was
argue
not
about.
felt yesterday for you. I felt for you yesterday.
You felt? Wow.
I felt.
Felt?
Yeah.
What?
I thought you did great. I saw some perspective I hadn't seen.
She felt for you and what you
In
were
your
experiencing through
sadness.
your
That's almost a compliment.
It is.
It was a compliment.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Here's an opportunity for you to compliment me, because I don't think in the year or so that we've known each other, I don't think I've ever heard a compliment from you.
Well, that's not true. I've complimented you a few times, but no, I will say.
Would you call me grandpa?
Yeah. No, that's just me complimenting that you look like a grandpa. But
Well, that's hilarious because I'm older than he is.
it's not really based on his age. Trust me.
I know.
She's more worried about my mentality.
Yeah,
Well, that's 12. Should be a mix.
Leslie, you can do no wrong, but no, I think that you did
wrong.
was very well spoken, and I think it's important that we talk about it. I think it's just something that, even though it's a very polarizing topic, and it will continue to be, and it always will be, I think.
So was Lincoln.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just
gonna
something
go
that
in
I
history.
think, especially in today's youth, he was so empowering to the youth, and that's why I find him to be such an influential person, because he wasn't someone that the older generations, I mean, then again, people knew who he was, but I think he was so
he
geared
entered the
toward
campuses
younger.
early,
Yeah, he was on TikTok, he was going to college campuses. So for that, I think he should never leave
He
the
absolutely
conversation. And even in this situation where, obviously, rest in peace, he has passed, and I was quite a fan of his stuff and the way he was willing to debate anyone and give open space to people. I think it's important, and even in this age where he's gone, I think he wouldn't have allowed for it to leave the conversation. I think he would have wanted people to continue to talk about him in this light, let people continue to have their space to talk about him. So I think you did an excellent job, but I also think
Well, thank you.
that it should not.
2 compliments. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think the conversation should.
I didn't mean it to be a
That's it. The show's over, folks. It's not going to get any better than that for me.
Yeah.
I do have a question, because one thing that caught me off guard, I knew who Charlie Kirk was. I
Sure.
kind of knew he did this college campus thing, but I didn't understand the depth of it and how many people would
Turning
show
Point
up.
USA, you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
How many people he pissed off, how many people
Yeah.
followed him, how many people he converted along the way.
Yeah.
To me, he was a guy, he'd pop up on every now and then you're flicking
Your Instagram
between
reels or
CNN. No,
something?
not even that. CNN and Fox, I'm flipping back and forth in the mornings to get my news, and
Yeah.
every now and then he'd co-host the Fox Morning Show or
Yeah.
appear as a guest. So to me, he was that guy. It wasn't really until he got assassinated that I understood the depth of his following, and it hit me when I was having a conversation, and I'm forgetting who the hell it was. Part of being a grandpa. Yeah, memories fade. But it was a gentleman who, not a fan of Charlie Kirk, not a fan of my political ideology, but he said to me, he goes, my two boys were devastated by this, and they fall all through, like starting in high school and going up, they followed him. So I completely misjudged this guy's influence.
Yeah.
And what effect, when I first heard he got assassinated, horrible. We're assassinated. We're doing political assassinations.
Yeah.
Luigi Mangione killing that healthcare exec. The attempts on Trump's life. The two Minnesota people who, the one who died with her husband.
The woman
other
that
one
ran
who
the
escaped.
National Democratic Party there was murdered in her home. Her husband. Pelosi's husband with a
Kristen
hammer.
Sinema out there in Arizona,
Gabby Gifford.
Pelosi's husband. Gabby Gifford. I apologize. Nancy Pelosi's husband having to deal with
He was looking for her.
the congressional softball game.
Yes.
Like, it almost feels like we're in the 60s now, following JFK's assassination, and then within months of each other, Martin Luther King Jr. And then Robert F. Kennedy, the senior, of course. And I don't want to, if we go back to the country, we're in a Baptist, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers. That's exactly it. And
wait a minute, who's the guy that got sharp-ended in the wheelchair?
George Wallace.
George Wallace.
It was interesting. Somebody likened what Charlie Kirk is today to what Malcolm X was in the 60s.
They are doing a lot of those comparisons.
I'm not old enough to get that, but you're Lind-Z for Generation Z. You're more closely aligned to those circles.
Yeah.
Was he?
I just think, unfortunately, it is how it goes. I think a lot of times when you lose someone with significant influential pull, I think for, a lack of a better term, he had a lot of influence here. I think when you pass, that's when people start paying attention. I think for younger generations, a lot of them had that knowledge, but like, as you were saying, you had no idea how far his journey had come. You had just seen him in between. But no, he had started a lot from the beginning to Turning Point USA to where he was today. Like, he had really built a big career and changed so many perspectives, taught a lot of young college students, converted a lot of people.
He clearly swung a lot of youth into the Donald Trump camp.
Yes,
Charlie Kirk. I don't know how many of them are, will continue to be Republicans post-Trump era, but when you looked at exit polling and you look at, polling now, in terms of college-age boys, Trump actually is ahead of where his Democratic counterparts were. And it's surprisingly, surprisingly strong among women. Obviously, the young college-age women are still more Democratic left-leaning, but it was surprising how much more than any other Republican that I remember, Donald Trump was able to get into that. And folks told me, that's all Charlie Kirk. It's not Donald Trump.
It really
That's
is
what
Charlie
I was told.
Yeah.
So he was a threat politically. Why I call it a political assassination.
Yeah, Malcolm X was black.
He was a threat. He was a threat politically as well.
Yeah,
Both
but he didn't never in the 60s have the same start that Charlie had.
social media. Imagine if there was social media in the 60s.
It would be a completely different outcome.
But in social media today, I just heard statistically 80% of lies get spread and go fastest than the truth.
Oh, of course.
So lies get put out fast, and the truth lingers behind. And I can explain, if I get in the mix with someone and I get in a fight and I shoot you, I can't say I got in front of Dunkin' Donuts on my way here. If I shoot you, you, I'm not saying a word, but everybody else around's going to say, I saw her,
Yeah,
she pulled her
exactly.
gun, and I can't say anything because I'm contractually, if I was working, can't say anything. But anyway, a lie flies 80% faster than the truth.
There's the old saying,
Yeah.
the lie spreads halfway across the world before the truth wakes up.
Right,
Yeah.
and the truth, the people are trying to protect other people, they don't want to get it out there, but now the lies are just on top of each other. I don't know, it's crazy. And what happened to this gentleman was very reminiscent of in my opinion, Kent State. When you call National Guard in, you know who you're calling in? Teenagers. You're calling in 1918.
Who are trained, who are not trained like police officers. They're trained
They're not
to
even carrying weapons until they're assigned a 9mm or a 40 cal or whatever. I think you're putting people in awful positions. And he's put the country in a very polarized position, and any conversation is good. Any conversation is good.
All right. Well, we're having conversations
Yeah.
here. It's 978 Pulse In. That's 978 Pulse In. Dial in on the Shaw Farm Pulse line. Shaw Farm home delivery. No time to shop? No problem. Get fresh Shaw Farm milk, ice cream, and more delivered right to your door. Sign up now at shawfarm.com. We'll head on over to the Pulse line. We got some feedback being delivered.
no, I can
Lind-Z,
imagine.
take it away.
Do Michael Porter's, are we in a constitutional crisis or not? It sounds like there is one, but that just is my point of view. I do think what the FCC chair did is unprecedented and may have already politicized the FCC for the unforeseeable future.
All right. So, Michael, I'm glad you sent that comment in because I hear this all the time, constitutional crisis versus a political crisis or societal crisis. We're not in a constitutional crisis.
Okay.
The United States Constitution is clearly spelled out, and the United States as a country, as a nation, has for 200 and almost 50 years now, next year will be 250 as
That
a
is
matter
correct.
of fact, has had a political system that, while acrimonious, to the point where we even had a civil war for 5 years,
Yep.
has survived, has endured.
Why? 3 stages of government that check on each other.
Three stages of government that check on each other.
Which is not
and
happening now.
Well, it is.
In a way.
This is what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So if we're in a constitutional crisis, then
Right.
Donald Trump will be able to act like a king.
Yes,
And
through
Congress
executive order.
and the Supreme Court will not
And
do
the
anything about
court's
it.
catching up.
So you don't believe in the institutions of the United States of America?
I don't believe in executive orders and then the courts having to try to catch up in a year to straighten out what's being done illegally.
But
In some people's-
what you're finding is the
Well, what's-
upper level courts are ruling in Donald Trump's
What I'm
favor.
finding
It
is
takes
that
a while, but
what I
they're
find-
ruling in his favor.
Well, that's Mitch McConnell. He loaded them up for 30 years. But having said that, the Supreme Court is very leaning toward the presidency. You have the
conservative.
presidency, you have the House, and you have the Senate. And you're threatening to shut the government down. And why would you do that on a Republican?
Who's threatening to shut
I
the
just heard
government
it this
down?
morning. I'm
The
away at the
Democrats are
door.
threatening to shut it down. Republicans won't shut it down.
How could they?
Your
It's
boy
your
Chuck
government.
Schumer will. But to that point, so you're not happy with the way leftists aren't happy with the way
I'm
the
not a
government is set up right now. You and then leftists and Democrats, whoever, the people who don't like Donald Trump
Okay.
are not happy with the way the government. So you got an election, and you got an election coming up a year and 2 months from now. In November of 2026,
Yeah.
there will be congressional and Senate elections. And if you guys are in the majority, just like
I'm
Donald
sorry,
Trump
is there a crowd
was.
around me?
Well,
I'm speaking for myself alone. You can either take my opinion or not. I am not one
right.
of them.
Okay, so-
I'm not a libtard. I'm not a Democrat.
right.
I'm democratic.
So can I address you? Because
Absolutely.
you say we're in a constitutional crisis.
No, I said it could be interpreted by some as that.
Oh, okay. All right. And which Michael Porter asked about
Michael Paul. Yes.
on the Shaw Farm Pulse.
That's correct.
So here's my thing.
Yeah.
If in December,
Yeah.
In November of 2026, a majority of the country
Yeah.
elects a democratically controlled House of Representatives
Can't do
and
anything
Senate,
without a Senate,
and then in
okay.
2028
Yeah.
elects a Democratic nominee as president.
Yeah.
We're going to have a democratically controlled Congress in 2026 and a 2027 and a Democratic president in January of 2027. Just as in 2024, a majority of the country, and you can't use the popular vote thing anymore because you lost that one too.
No, electoral college won for the Republicans, except the last one.
Electoral college plus the popular vote in 2024.
Last time, yeah.
The United States of America
Yeah.
Our Constitution sets it up so we hold elections every 2 years, every 4 years, and every 6 years in the case of
but can you
a
mail
third
in
of the
vote
defendant's
anymore?
deeds.
Is that in the Constitution? He's going after that.
It's not in the Constitution,
So
actually.
you want to get rid of mail-in voting, and that's how I vote. And that's how the
100%.
president votes.
100%.
The president has voted in voting by mail all his life, and his children weren't even registered to vote in New York.
So don't sidetrack me though for a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Did Donald Trump win the election or not?
100%.
He won.
And we
So
have
he
the
gets
country he's
he gets to
created.
rule as president.
Through executive order.
And we have the country he created.
Through executive order, not through the courts. The courts are coming up.
And through the
Supreme Court's
Congress
in his pocket,
passing
that's
his
why.
big, beautiful bill,
Yep.
and through the Supreme
And gave
Court.
him extensive power that he shouldn't have.
Well,
in my opinion,
Your
yeah.
opinion, correct. But
I was in the
all that can change, just like after 2020,
but the
first
damage
Trump
being done right
disappeared.
now could be irreparable around the world. In my opinion, I'm not an isolationist, Teddy. I'm a globalist, and I believe in being a global power.
Is that a constitutional crisis or a crisis of political
Well, we
ideas?
left the world in crisis to create a constitution of checks and balances here. We are an experiment. We left the chaos that is being created now to create a more perfect union.
Do you believe the experiment has failed?
This one right now, it's 6 months in. How do I know?
Oh, because if you're talking about...
Well, I can tell you my eggs are going up. Butter sucks. I
Eggs
can
have
tell
gone
you
down.
the only thing. Okay, yeah, but they were inflated.
Since January
to that.
2025.
They were inflated $7.
Well,
They're
who
down
inflated
$2.
them? Well, so was it a...
Tariffs.
Was it a constitutional...
It was a tariff.
No. If you look at the eggs were
Well, that was
inflated
the
by
big
tariffs.
battle you all had, gas and eggs. So I went to what you know.
Do I have to pull out the charts that show you where eggs were
No,
in
you know eggs are
2024
in the
versus
restaurant business.
2025? Yes,
You make egg lemon soup.
Everybody knows the prices of eggs have gone
Yeah, but
down.
you get them
so
wholesale.
the price of
I'm at
gas,
Dawes.
whatever. You get
Am
your
I
eggs
going to
delivered
Lula's?
from-
I don't know if I'm even going to Lula's.
Gonna say that.
Well, by the way, Lindsay, welcome to our radio show for 3 years.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
If we're not in a
We talk
constitution,
5 days.
we're not in a constitutional crisis.
Yes, we are.
We're in a political battle. A constitutional crisis
Well, the
means
murder
that
of Charlie Kirk was political.
the entire foundation of our country falls apart,
But,
and simply it's not.
Okay.
It's not. If
Well,
you believe in,
Trump
if
isn't
you,
running the country
if
anyway,
you believe
Miller
in
is.
free and fair elections,
I do. And Miller, who's not an elected person, is the chief of staff.
Sure.
He's
Is
an
he
absolute
using-
cancer.
Is he using the auto pen?
He's using the auto mind. He's going right into Trump at night.
But
Hate
again,
people.
But
Hate.
again,
Hate.
Donald Trump
Hate.
was elected, and he
Yes,
gets
he
to
was.
choose who he's going
That
to
is
listen
correct.
to and who he's not going to listen
That's
to.
correct.
And
equally
that's
fire
democracy.
people as well.
And exactly.
Which he's doing because he doesn't like the way you talk about him. So off you go.
So you'll get a chance to vote in 2026, as will the entire country, and then we'll know what they think.
And
of
I'm
this
going to
policy.
mail it in, hopefully.
You may or may not get to mail.
Well, they moved my my location to trek to the mail a little further up the hill than I care to go. I have to go past
Would they pull your
Centauros.
mailbox away?
No, if I go to vote.
Oh, when you go to vote in person.
If I schlep my butt up to the South Common, past the project,
So that's so difficult to do.
Yeah, it is.
You did it for how many years?
I didn't.
You didn't vote?
I vote by mail, the safest way.
Now you do, but how did you vote in the old days?
Well, in the old days, I went to the Riley.
You actually went and voted.
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
It's my constitutional right, and I love it, and everyone should do it. As a matter of fact, one of my best friends had a daughter. She was 18, turning on 19, and I had enough. On her 19th birthday, I brought her to City Hall, and I registered her to vote. And I got an email from her mother. I feel like an awful mother. I'm so sorry. I said, well, it's been a year. She lives in Lowell. I asked her yesterday. She's 29, 30, soaking wet. Who's your counselor? I want to get you out and about because you're single. I don't know. I said, where do you live right now? Tuckerville. I go, I got you.
So you brought somebody out to vote who doesn't know where,
She didn't even
where
know.
they are.
She didn't even know who to
Thank
vote
you.
for.
I'm blaming you, voter.
That's my point. No, I just said, let's go, and I'll introduce you to the people that represent your neighborhood. And they may be having a party soon. Talking about that. A lot of invites out there lately. I'm going broke.
Yeah. Just start dipping into Warren Shaw's.
Lindsay, do you carry a lot of money on you?
Like cash?
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, you can't hang with
Wait,
me.
you carry cash?
Sometimes.
No kidding. Wow.
Because I don't pay when I go.
I used to never, but I get paid in it sometimes, so now I do have it.
Okay, good. Because I'll need backup with money on occasion.
Yeah, if you
got it.
ever run into Boda at a party, you have to buy the drinks. So,
If it's free, it's
just so
free.
you know, she's a...
Lindsay, get over here with those Z's.
She's legendarily cheap.
Yes, I am.
978 Pulse in. Text
from the
978
king.
Pulse in 978-785-7346.
And we have a crowd of
That is the Shaw Farm Pulse line. Shaw Farm home delivery from their family farm to your family table. Fresh, local, and delivered with care. Sign up today at shawfarm.com. We put a little promotion out on Facebook the other day, and somebody within like a half hour responded, I've just signed up.
Oh, for God's sake.
For Shaw Farm, yeah.
That's fantastic. And the barn's coming along. And,
Yeah, Warren anticipates by next year it's up and running, and he's told me about his plans. It's going to give him the capacity to double his production.
his barn burnt down.
So he's pushing for the delivery. He really wants to
that's
push the
nice.
delivery.
Yes. And it's getting rebuilt now. It's taking a couple of years, but we're getting there.
It's an old family farm, I don't know, probably 100 years old or
lost
somewhere
the
there
cows.
about at this point. But he's modernized it. He had already built like a modern greenhouse, and he's got this geothermal heating and cooling
Yeah.
system where they're using the water,
Then you run the farm bureau or
the
something.
core of the earth to.
He's the head of all the farm bureau. And he's the head poobah.
No, we were chatting yesterday, and I've got to tell you, the way he thinks that his
Yes, way
his
ahead.
business for
Way
a
ahead.
guy my generation and a little bit older, the dude thinks really
He
forward.
don't break it.
Like he can see the future
Yeah.
and reposition an old business
Yeah.
into the modern world, really, the 21st century world. I was amazed when I'm learning more and more about his operation.
I
thought
hope he has
knew.
tours. Honest to God, I hope he has kids come in tours, and I know you can come pet the cows anytime you want.
Actually, no,
And then you can go to the back and go to the barn.
that's a good point. Well, so Warren, they always take my kids at the
Those aren't
Hellenic.
others. Your kid's squeezing the wrong thing.
My kids at the Hellenic always
do
end up
that.
going to like Parley Farms or one of these other farms. Like, Warren, you got to start doing farm tours so that the Hellenic can take the kids just to drink. So I don't have to schlep on a bus as a chaperone.
Get the
to some
chocolate milk for
godforsaken
Lizzie.
Yeah, no
no
more
face.
bus for grandpa.
Yeah, I get seasick on the bus now. Remember, you were a kid, you could ride.
I can't sit in the back.
Now, yeah, I can't sit.
No.
It bump.
Yeah, but I had 3 siblings. Someone always called the front seat. I was always slow on that.
Yeah.
Someone in the back puking in a bag because Steven wanted the front. I'm like, you get what you get when you put a constant kid in the back.
All right, we've got some feedback
Oh, I
on the
bet we
Shaw
do.
Farm Pulse line being delivered
mad
to
at me
you.
now?
Lindsay, look at the beautiful framing of that banner.
I
We just
know,
need something
so
above.
wonderful.
We should go with red marker and just write Lind-Z.
With an
And
arrow,
with an arrow
so people
pointing
know.
down so people know who she is.
I know. It should look better than that, though.
That's
the way,
awful little sister cute.
By the way, you've been smiling a lot today. I've noticed that. Is that because you got a little criticism
From who?
from? People are watching you in Westford.
Who?
People are watching. I don't. Should I name the poor guy?
No.
But people are commenting to your mother that you're popping up on their
Oh,
computer
no.
screens.
I
now.
just think it.
What do you mean, people? The poor guy.
No, we have one that's
I
crazy
was gonna
statement.
say
I'm
the
like,
same.
okay, erase.
But what was the comment you made that you noticed in watching yourself on camera?
Resting.
RBF.
Resting.
Oh, my RBF wasn't about this. didn't have one last time. I
Oh, okay.
don't think. I was just saying, like, I have one in general.
I was gonna
now
say-
we're having this conversation on camera.
You threw it few last week. It was funny.
She sits at the bar on a Friday night, and
Yeah.
it's right pointed right at
Well,
me.
but
That
also,
RBF.
I'm not being paid to be at the bar, so why would I be?
That's true. You're actually paying to be at the bar, so
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't pay anything. But
that's the least I could do after all the work you do for me.
anyway,
All right, let's go to that Shaw Farm Pulse line. What do we got for delivery, Lindsay?
bringing farm fresh goodness straight to your family's door. Sign up at shawfarm.com. We have a comment from the Texan. I think a few things that caught my eye this past week was this past MCAS test season that AI was used to grade essay Superintendent Skinner evaluation, which had some comments that I was surprised by when I read through it. And perhaps yesterday's school building committee where Mr. Dowd said that the funds would run by the start of next year.
All right. Well, so it's pronounced 𝐃𝐚𝐢𝐥𝐲, I believe. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct finally. But I actually ran into Kendrick Delorbe last night while leaving the school building committee meeting. And he said to me, we've got a lot to talk about. So I'm going to bring him in here one day next week because I missed the meeting last night. I was over at Cobblestones for their Oktoberfest celebration. It was fun. But great food. I'm not into these crafty beers type of things, but it was still a blast. But I gotta get Mr. Delorbe in here to talk a little bit about that school building committee meeting, because what 𝐃𝐚𝐢𝐥𝐲 wrote on the Shaw Farm Pulse line was intriguing as well there. So I'm going to be following that here at Inside Lowell. What else do we have out there?
Panhandler Pete.
Oh, Panhandler Pete, one of my old radio buddies. I
know Panhandler Pete.
It's like reuniting the Beatles. We brought back Bizarro Kramer last week. Now we got Panhandler Pete. We need the fake Jeff Speck to come back. By the way,
he got hit on his bike yesterday.
And maybe Rand Dork. If Rand Dork comes back, I'm really worried. But
watch out when you're mowing the lawn, Rand.
What is that? Is Panhandler Pete the guy that was fighting with Bodor at Duncan's? By the way,
you're asking me.
No, dude, that was Cracker Jack.
Oh, that's Cracker Jack.
Yeah,
all right,
Cracker Jack. You got to get your drugs right.
What is Panhandler? What is Panhandler Pete delivering on the Shaw Farm?
Wow, the fake news is flying on your show this morning. Okay. I just talked
that was the praise sandwich. No, that was the praise sandwich we gave him. That's
I just talked to fake blind Freddie. He said he was minding his own business, and then some lady started walking toward him in a crazy way. He said she walked the way Karen Reed drives. To calm the situation, he simply asked for $1 to take a sip of her coffee, and she totally freaked out. This country is going to hell.
Great feedback, Finn. So what
he's implying the truth now.
Well, he's implying I was in reverse.
You did the Proctor thing. You tried to frame him for what's his name? Fake blind Freddie.
Fake blind Freddie.
Fake Freddie. Well, Mr. 𝐃𝐚𝐢𝐥𝐲, blind guy Freddie. He's better than the preacher that's there and the psychopath. So I have a choice out of 3 because they tag team. But today was blind guy.
So, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just noticed. Look at it on this shot, because I was going to try to take out that reflection.
I can see you in the doorway.
We can actually see Lindsay. This is great. We actually
move this.
We have
oh my God!
We have an unintentional great camera angle. Yeah, so don't be picking your nose in that camera, because you're going to pop up on screen.
Well, okay.
You cannot hide from the cameras, Lindsay.
Well, no, of course not. I'm perfect and beautiful. But
ask me.
Anyway, so do go on. Were you walking towards?
Yeah, I got a paper cut trying to rip a sign out of his hand
in a menacing manner. Is Solidarity Lowell and Lama and all these organizations?
I don't like being lied to.
Are they going to have to start, No,
I want the little sign that says, please don't panhandle here. It's on the end of the Bridge Street Bridge on its way to Centerville, the Holy Land. So I would like the Holy Land sign before you went to Centerville.
That would be God's country.
God's country on the hill. Okay. Well, I'm down in the hill hole and in County Square, and it's a tag team.
The hill hole.
Yeah. So how does the blind guy get his money? People hopping out of the car on Prescott Street to walk it over to him, and is it in Braille so he knows what the bill denomination is? And he goes over across the street and plays Keno. He doesn't need it for drugs.
He's not blind. He's visually impaired.
He is impaired?
Visually impaired.
Okay, because I saw him.
Wait, but doesn't he need it for drugs?
Yes, he needs a drug which is called gambling session. He's obsessed with gambling.
Listen, we're not.
Yeah,
right,
but the preacher walks down the street.
DraftKings and whatever.
But the preacher doesn't like me.
The preacher doesn't like me?
No, he wears a big cross on himself, and he walks into the street. And the crazy man, the psychopath, Cracker Jack, screams. And guess who was in the car that day? Rob.
Oh, Righteous Rob.
So he's going up to Rob like, you don't got a dime for me. And Rob just got out of the car, my boyfriend, and just stood up. And the guy went, how dare you? As he's doing this, and he's walking away because Rob goes just like this. What? So, as a retired trooper, it's hard for me to go, I was just standing there with my tray today, and he circled me. You want to take me on, bitch? And I'm thinking, yes, I really do.
You're very demonstrative.
I know.
Yeah, I was fired.
I like fiery Bodor. This is great.
Fired up.
All it took was me to light the gas.
You compliment her for being fiery, but you'll come for my throat for being fiery.
Depends on what the topic is.
It's crazy.
I've known her longer.
Yeah.
But she packs. She's got a gun. I only have to worry
Okay.
about your father.
True.
It's actually better if I just.
That is still scary, though. I feel
It is.
It's not even a threat, though.
It is. Have you been working on getting your father in as a guest on the Daily Pulse, by the way?
Considering.
He's considering it? You've talked to him and he's considering it?
Oh no, I meant considering what is occurring. I don't know.
No, not on the Friday show. No, I would treat him more
he
as
would
a
give-
serious guest. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to him with you around. I want to talk to
Oh,
him, you
okay.
know.
Yeah, maybe.
Because then he'll probably tell us some stories about you that I can use as ammunition.
No, he wouldn't do that.
All right. 978 Pulse in. 978 Pulse in. Back to the Shaw Farm Pulse line we go. We got some more feedback.
Yes, we do. No time to shop, no problem. Get fresh Shaw Farm milk, ice cream, and more delivered right to your door. Sign up now at shawfarm.com. And this is from Dan Shanahan. My concern with the Supreme Court's recent actions taken on its shadow's docket for emergency motions, in which they have reserved several lower federal court decisions, siding with the Trump administration with little or no explanation and providing no guidance for the lower courts.
You know what, Dan, thanks. And I hope you follow up with that one, Dan. So the court is ruling, and probably every week they're overturning one lower judge's decision and whatnot. But these suits, when they issued the first one, everyone thought that they were basically saying these judges don't have any say for one case in their own state. They can't rule for the whole country. Supreme Court kind of said that. But since then, we're still seeing suit after suit after suit coming in, and
By who?
an
Donald?
injunction. No, by
Donald's suing everybody too.
folks fighting his his policies.
Yeah.
And they're still
Because the policies hurt some people, and they're fighting back.
Right, but
Medicare, I've got people that
if
have autism in my family. They're screwed.
But if the Supreme Court can't rule, if the Supreme Court said you're as a judge you can't rule
It's
for the
Supreme
full
Court.
country,
Yeah.
right, well, it's the Supreme Court.
Well, he appointed 4 of them. It's his court, Daddy. Let's call it what it is.
It's
Hit the lead guys.
It's the Supreme Court. Well, so you don't trust the American institution.
No, I'm trusting it. I'm going. with it.
Oh, okay. So they.
I don't care for the leaning of the Supreme Court, but I haven't cared for it in the past.
Okay. I certainly haven't.
Well, you
either,
know who I don't like? You know Scalia. I couldn't stand him. You loved him.
I love Scalia.
Couldn't stand him.
Love Scalia.
Yeah.
But anyway, so these lower court judges are still issuing these injunctions that are taking hold
in their states.
So Trump keeps having to go, but they're supposedly affecting other states in the country. So Dan, my question
But
for
he wants
you.
the states to run themselves.
Dan Shanahan, by the way, is our legal analyst.
Yes,
he
he
came
is.
on for our Karen
Brilliant.
Reed recap coverage.
Yeah.
Still
I-
the most watched Daily Pulse
I
ever,
agree.
by the way.
But great.
So my question for you, Dan, is, and if you could kind of fill in here, why hasn't the Supreme Court said, hey, lower court judges, this isn't your ball game to play in. Let the big boys, let the circuit courts, the district courts or whatever, and the Supreme Court handle it. Stay out of this. Why does this keep happening? And I know sometimes the court rules intentionally vague.
They also choose the cases they want to hear, Teddy.
Correct. But why? So why are they not like kind of saying, hey, cut the crap with lawfare? Either
Because
say
it's
it's
been past
okay
practice
or
for
stop
decades.
it. That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah.
We'll hear from
That'd be great. He's awesome.
the Shan Dog. All right.
Shan Dog.
I know we started a couple of minutes late, but it's 10:46. This show actually flew. Where was all the fun, by the way?
I gotta go. That's my time.
No, you're here till 11. We got some more feedback on the Shaw Farm Pulse line. What do we got delivered,
we
Lindsay?
do. Fake Blind Freddy's back. He's taking his step up to the mic. Let's clear this up. I panhandle to buy drugs. I play Keno to buy good drugs.
That's true.
Just to clear it up.
If you score on the Keno card, you can go to the dispensary.
Oh, did I tell you about the Lexus he got picked up in the other day?
Oh, they replaced the white van with a Lexus that used to drop off the panhandler?
Blind. Who's
Fake blind Pete.
I'm in the back seat of an Uber.
Do me a favor. Next time you run into him, ask him
Well, I
if his
can't
name
run
is-
into him, but it'll be
ask
elder
him if-
abuse.
Ask him if his name is Pete. Oh, no, Freddie. Hey, fake blind. There's Panhandler Pete and Fake Blind Freddie.
Well, I got too many nicknames already.
Can we ask him?
You know who I want to ask? Our old friend who used to take a whiz by the dumpster.
Oh, you're not going to speak ill of it.
Henry.
Oh, Henry. Oh.
Henry was one of our
Oh, yeah,
oldest,
the
greatest guests.
yeah, Henry,
He would
the-
just let it rip.
The Henry and his dog. His dog was
downtown. All they do is taking a whiz by your dumpster.
his dog was even more of a menace. If I remember, by the way, a legitimate blind man.
Yes, he was. Because Teddy goes, oh, why don't you come to the Athenian and we'll see you? He goes, Teddy, I'm blind.
Wait,
like 100 times ago.
Wait, all right, so that was Henry. Who was the blind guy that grabbed your boob outside the radio station?
Yeah.
There was a guy who
He fell down the side.
Yeah,
I almost threw him for a loop, and then what happened was he hugged me, and then someone said to me, "Oh, by the way, this guy's kind of a pedophile." I'm like, "Well, I'm not a child."
How do you kind of be one?
Well, I've heard that in a secondhand exchange once he left. I should have told you he's a creep. I go after or before he had my boob. This is a friend of mine. So anyway, I'm walking home. Guess who's having a coffee latte next to CAP radio? But the pedophile. And I stopped.
Wait, he's not a pedophile.
Alleged.
Yeah, let's not label him. he may have groped you.
Yes, which is not a child abuse.
Allegedly.
It's not child abuse then.
That's right. Yeah.
That's elder and elder abuse.
You're above 18, Bo. You might be just 19, but
Maybe he elder abused me.
you are legal.
I've been scattered.
That's true. Maybe he was
So
thinking
I'm nice
Mrs.
to him because
Robinson.
he has a malady, and I think he's so-and-so's friend, my former co-host. I think they're buddies. He gives me, oh, by the way, he's a creep. I go, he just hugged my boob. Couldn't have told me a second ago. So I'm walking by the coffee place. Rude
Rude
Awakening.
Awakenings.
There it is. I stop, and I get an inch from his face because I know he's blind.
Was this
So I assumed he was deaf.
before or after he touched you?
This is after he touched me. After he touched me. And I got into his ear, and I told him what was what.
What did he say?
How dare you speak to me like that? How dare you?
Man, you
I don't have it.
you're like roaming through the downtown.
He grabbed my boob. He's having a coffee latte on someone else's butt.
Maybe he was trying to shake your hand.
a coffee latte.
He-
Well, I begged for it.
the guy's vision impaired. He's blind. Maybe he was just trying to
How
shake
do
your
you miss
hand.
these,
He
Timmy?
shake your hand and miss.
Yeah, he missed.
I mean, maybe you didn't have that shirt at the time, so maybe the
Why is the inside low getting
maybe
stretched?
the inside low letters weren't stretching out. Wow, this show has derailed quickly. Hey,
They're just boobs, whatever.
two quick things because we're getting close to the end of the line here. Thankfully, before we don't have an FCC license to lose, by the way, but
They'll keep it because of you.
the YouTube censors may not like.
Am I
this.
going to get an email on my ride home?
You just
Or a phone call?
But there was a news story this morning on InsideLowell.com. The first statement from Arthur T. Demoulas
Okay.
since he was fired.
Yeah.
There was a statement released by one of his spokespeople, but they made it clear this is not to be attributed to Arthur F. Demoulas. This is just from the spokespeople. He issued a statement. It was sent to Inside Lowell late last night regarding not his firing, but the firing of three other executives. Well, no, they were not executives. They're three other managers, a district manager, an operations manager, and somebody else who had been suspended in July. And now they were fired in the last week as well, probably the same time RDT was fired. But he did release a statement around that. Go to InsideLowell.com. Check it out, InsideLowell.com. You can see that story there.
Can you tell us?
Oh, you want me to read it?
Sure. Just a little bit.
All right, hold on. Let me
Just a
I gotta
tiny
get to
bit.
the story.
Is he okay? Is he going to be all right? Is he going to survive on his $1 billion?
Look, I feel bad for RDT. He's clearly he's lost temporarily something he loves to do, and he and his father built from the ground up.
Well, I heard something about the new guy coming in. He's a Lowellian.
He is, I believe, Don or Dan Milligan
pull it
or
up.
Mulligan. Anyway, oh God, I got the wrong story there. Hold on. That's the kinetic sculpture race story, which I do want to talk about. But the statement from Arthur T. Demoulas reads, and it's regarding the firings of Paul Quigley, Adam DeShane,
All with
and
30 plus years.
Esteban Alvarez. A
Started as
combined
bag boys.
93 years of experience, nearly a century of
By
experience.
people that have never worked in the store. Are firing these guys.
These firings are alarming in that they continue to break down the fabric of Market Basket, Demoulas writes in a statement sent to Inside Lowell. Paul Quigley, Adam DeShane, and Esteban Alvarez are three exceptional men who each dedicated their professional lives to Market Basket. They are talented grocery store operators who are tremendous contributors to Market Basket's success and to its culture. They are well-respected and admired colleagues. Paul Quigley devoted 44 years to Market Basket, and as a regional district supervisor, he played a central role in the development of all stores on the South Shore of Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Adam devoted 19 years to Market Basket. He was the baby of the group.
Yes, he was.
And Esteban, 30 years, each holding a stellar track record in the operations department. These terminations are disheartening and a major loss for the Market Basket
Did they lose
team.
everything? Did you lose your nut if you fire? How are they going to make that nut? Okay.
Well, I would assume they still get a pension or whatever. But why are you always talking about nuts?
Well, it was just on a show I watched. Okay.
So that story is it's not
Gotta
going
make you
away.
nut.
That Market Basket.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's a long
Well,
drama.
you have a Market Basket
We
in
have two.
Westford. Yes,
Or
two.
no, we did have two. We have one now. It's a Whole Foods.
Yeah, there's one at that plaza
Yeah,
where
Four Corners, yeah.
where all these
I
other
think
places are.
they're going to be fine, but I'm sorry the family split up. I knew them as kids, all the sisters, and I knew one of the sisters specifically very, very well. I'm very sorry to hear this.
It's horrible when you see these family things play out.
But I don't think there'll be a second boycott. I think you're going to live on your billions and you're going to be all right.
We'll see. Well, there hasn't been a boycott, which, interesting, by the way, maybe the board should consider hiring you to conduct the investigation. Because remember on May 28th, they said they were going to do an investigation to see if he was planning a thing. Well, it's...
I actually know more about it than you think.
It's September 19th. Where is the report? I mean, I think the Mueller report came in less time, and my hunch is it might be just as credible as the Mueller report.
I know where he hides.
So let's get this report on Market Basket Board. You've had your high-priced law firm doing an investigation now for 4 months. Can we see the findings of the investigation? Can't be that difficult, can it?
It's like the Epstein file.
We're not looking for CIA secrets from Russia as Mueller, old man Mueller was.
Release the files.
Let's. You've been doing an
What did Charlie
investigation.
want? Charlie wanted to release the files.
Transparency. That's right. The other big news story. The Lowell Kinetic Sculpture
I can't wait.
returns for, I don't know if they canceled it because of COVID, but it launched in 2016 in Lowell.
And you were.
Do you know how I know this?
You do.
Because I was one of the first
I was
grand
part of that,
marshals.
yeah.
Of what?
The Lowell
Kinetic
Kinetic
Sculpture
Sculpture
Race.
Race.
What does that mean?
It's all these engineer and STEM types, they build these contraptions that are basically
You ever see Robot Wars?
bicycles,
Yeah.
but
It's Robot
vehicles.
Wars, but human beings manipulating, and they go through mud and water and stuff like that.
They pedal
Grandpa,
through.
you did that?
I
gave it
didn't
to
do the
Grandpa.
race. No, I was one of the kings, one of the kinetic kings, myself and City Councilor Corey Belanger. And let's for a moment
Oh,
Get
no.
put the
ready.
pulse line graphic on hold and
I'm scared for life.
looky here, there I am. Off to
one are
your
you?
right. Look at the size of that crown. Prince Charles reached out to me saying,
Well,
hey,
they checked your hand size.
you know what they say about people
I see your hand.
You know
Big
what they
hands.
say about people with big crowns.
Big feet.
There's myself. I forget who the young lady was there. And there's City Councilor Corey Belanger, who has been deposed as the king of
He
Belvedere.
has been kicked out.
Me,
He lost his election.
I did hear about that.
apparently after, that was in September of 2016.
He
and then
retired that hand.
Donald Trump won the election in November of 2016, and mysteriously, I was not invited back to be a king of the kinetic
But
sculpture.
he painted the Oval Office gold. They painted your hat gold.
Look at that.
He's in spirit with you.
But look at all my adoring subjects
I
out there.
see that.
I wish they had captured the wide camera shot there so that
Oh my God, you're the one with your hand up?
Yes, that's
I'm dead. I didn't realize that was you.
Zoom in there.
You should have seen the throngs of people.
Zoom in. Can you zoom in?
The throngs of people that were curtsying in. Look how much black hair I had back then.
You have black eyebrows too.
Yeah, my eyebrows were still
I'm
somewhat
not sure
black.
what you're doing now because I can't read your face anymore.
I was waving to my loyal subjects and I was asking them not to throw
I
their
can
bits of
understand the
gold.
Rottweiler better than you. You know what Rottweiler's eyebrows? I can see them looking at me. Him, I can't tell anymore. You got no eyebrows. But a Rottweiler, I know.
But that's taking place tomorrow. The fun starts at, I believe, 9:30 a.m.
I'm not
on
sure.
Market Street in
I'm not
downtown
sure,
Lowell,
yeah.
right outside the Athenian Corner
Yeah.
on the Warp and Weft. And then they make their way, they race down some of the cobblestone roads.
And it's not comfortable.
Which have claimed vehicles in the past.
And
Then-
occasional. Yeah.
Then they go through a mud pit. Then they go into the water at the Merrimack River where they have the fire rescue crew on standby. They too have been needed on occasion.
Don't they hit him with the hose, I think?
Before returning to downtown Lowell. But it's actually, I'm going to tell you that this was one of the most fun
Fun.
events
You had
that
so much
first
fun.
year that
So much fun.
I had a blast. The people stuck in traffic behind us, going from downtown Lowell to the boulevard, they were not having any fun at all. They were looking at us and cursing
But,
us.
you know, they tweaked it over the years. They had a year off for COVID, and so it's really very well done.
I'm surprised the guillotines didn't come back out for the Kings after that. I felt a little nervous there, but it's a fun event. Downtown Lowell, come on down and check it on out tomorrow. All right, before we sign off, Lind-Z, any more feedback on the pulse line?
We could end it on a good note with a dad joke
A
from
dad joke?
Elong Deep.
All right, what do we
What
got?
did the beach say to the tide? Long time no see.
Ba-dum-bum. Wow.
Good one.
All right.
Good one, Dad.
And that will wrap up today's edition of the Inside Lowell Daily Pulse. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to thank all my sponsors. Of course, Ray Booten. Find him online, realestaterayBooten.com. WellPoint. At WellPoint, your whole health is their whole point. Washington Savings Bank, banking that feels like home. Make the switch now to Washington Savings Bank. TMI Properties, TMI Cares, developing and managing their own properties for over 30 years. Experience the quality, the care, and the value of making TMI the choice for your home. By the way, Lindsay's the one that threw together that beautiful banner ad for TMI, which Brian McGowan absolutely loved. By the way, if you lived at the Franco, at the Suites in the Air
Franco?
Mansion,
Oh,
or
my
at
God.
the residences at Franco,
Gorgeous.
you have a beautiful look of the kinetic sculptures making their way down the boulevard.
And a
over
sunset
towards
that'll
the
knock your
Frampton
eyes
Place.
out.
It's gorgeous. It really is gorgeous up there. Hey, thanks as well to Mahoney Oil, providing warmth and protection to generations of families for a century. The Greater Lowell Community Foundation, improving the quality of life through strategic, impactful philanthropy. Why are you turning around there, Boder? This one is yours. Francis E. Preventure Insurance, the agency Greater Lowell has counted on to protect its most valuable assets since 1982. What's their website, Boder?
FEPINS.
FEPINS.com. Don't say it too quickly because you'll get kicked off your broadcast license. Thank you, Leslie Bodor.
Thanks, everyone.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks. The fabulous Lind-Z.
Lind-Z.
All right, we just have to game plan and get something to complete that shot there above you, and then we'll,
Yeah, no more free samples at Market Basket. Hey, that was like your story.
just like Renee Zellweger and,
I don't know her,
and Tom
but-
Cruise and Jerry Maguire, will complete you.
I don't know any of those people,
Wow.
but yeah.
Wow.
I got it.
And on that note, end it.
Forget Grandpa.
I got it, it wasn't funny.
I am now great Grandpa. You're right. Let's end it right now. Thank you to everybody
Thanks,
for tuning
everyone.
in. Oh, I got the wrong camera angle up there. That's all right. I was there. Who cares about the rest of them? There they are. Say bye, ladies.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for tuning into the Daily Pulse. Next week, we'll have Greg Pappas. We'll have Bill Samaras. We'll have another live Daily Pulse on Friday with the Pod Squad. And, of course, Lind-Z. We got to show her one more time. So I'm trying to catch her in a resting bitch face.
Yeah, good.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you on the other side.